All right, folks, we continue along with today's edition of the program. 8:46 is our time. And I'm going to the phone lines now to chat with somebody with whom I've never spoken before, but I'm certainly grateful to make his acquaintance. His name is Tyrone Oliver, and he is the Commissioner of the Georgia Department of Juvenile Justice. Good morning, Mr. Oliver. How are you today?
Good morning, Elizabeth. I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Well, I'm glad to have you on the program, and I look forward to hearing a little bit more about what you guys have been up to with the department. First, let's talk about your background. I understand that you were appointed to your position in 2019 by Governor Kemp.
That is correct. That's correct. I was honored to, receive that phone call and asked to lead this wonderful organization. So we're doing good things over at DJJ.
No doubt. And you're a 20-year veteran of law enforcement, correct?
I am. I started my law enforcement career at Newton County Sheriff's Office in 1999 as a jailer, as a matter of fact, and worked my way up. And when I left there, I was a lieutenant in criminal investigations and Office of Professional Standards. I did a lot of things. I was a PIO. I ran our community outreach programs. I've done a lot of things there. And then I went to the city of Brookhaven. I was one of the first 5 that was hired there to kind of get that city and police department started. And I oversaw their criminal investigation division and also Office of Professional Standards. And then I was police chief in the social circle right after that in 2016 for 3.5 years before taking this role.
And I know that you were appointed to this role. How did you end up getting appointed Commissioner of the Department of Juvenile Justice?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think the governor called me, and the chief of staff at the time actually gave me a call and asked me would I be interested, and I told him yes. And the governor called and he asked for some service, and I was willing to step up to the challenge and take on this role. So I'm just thankful for his leadership and the opportunity that he's given me thus far.
Yeah, no doubt. So what are your goals in the role of Commissioner of the Department of Juvenile Justice?
First thing, when I walked in, was changing the culture, the one of care, support, coaching, and mentoring. We want to make sure that we provide that to our staff because, we have literally the future in our hands, with these youth. We want to make sure that we provide that culturing environment for our staff so we can cultivate that down to our youth. Secondly, we want to provide safe and secure facilities across the state. I want to work on recruitment and retention of quality employees. And more importantly, increase the role of parents' involvement that are for the youth in our care. And I think that was very important. And also increase post-education opportunities for our youth. I think that's one of the keys to keep kids out of gangs or criminal activity. You got to keep them busy once we graduate them from high school or receive their GED. We're 181st school district in the state of Georgia, and so when the youth come to us from a court order, then they have to go to school. They don't have a choice; they have to go. And so, to be able to get some of those kids across that finish line is a huge success for us. And also the biggest thing we've been working on this past year is developing our mentorship and partnership programs with the community. I've often said, it takes a village to raise these kids and to put them back on the right track. And those community partnerships have been very beneficial thus far in making sure our youth get back on the track and get a second chance at life.
Now, as you speak about that, it makes me think of the organization, and I know it's a nationwide organization, but we do have a chapter here in Rome, Communities in Schools.
Yes.
Do you work with that organization at all?
It's funny. When I was at Social Circle, I was a police chief. I actually sat on the Community and Schools Board for Walton County, and so I'm very familiar with that organization and the good work that they do. Prior to leaving Social Circle, we actually kind of branched out from that national organizational role, and we created our own. It was Student Success Alliance is now what it's called in Walton County. So it's similar work, but it's kind of a branch off of the national branch. So I'm definitely familiar with the good work that communities and schools do. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I got to give a shout out to the executive director of the Rome-Floyd County CIS, Gregory Wooten. You ought to reach out to him. He's a good one to talk to.
All right, I will.
Awesome. So I understand that you guys with the Department of Juvenile Justice are hiring here in Rome.
Yes, we are. We have a lot of positions open all across the state, but more importantly in Rome, we have juvenile correctional officers, housekeepers, food service, counselors. We might have some of those hiring. So any activity or any job that you're looking for, the Department of Juvenile Justice definitely has what you're looking for. And if you would want to call us at 404-294-3431. Again, that's 404-294-3431. Or you can go online and visit us at teams.georgia.gov/careers. And then you search for the Department of Juvenile Justice and just look at the list of jobs that we have available in the Rome area or around the state.
Absolutely. And you alluded to this a little while ago. You are also searching for volunteers.
Yeah, volunteers. We're always searching for volunteers. I think that's a huge component of our organization to make sure we get volunteers in here to provide, some mentorships and partnerships with our youth. So you can also visit us at our website. If you want to be a volunteer here at DJJ, especially in the Rome area, you can go to our website. It's djj.georgia.gov or contact Volunteer Services Division at DJJ. This is an email address. It's DJJ Volunteer Services at djj.state.ga.us. It's a long one, so I'll give it to you again. It's DJJ Volunteer Services, all one word, at djj.state.ga.us.
Yes, you're right. It's a long word. And we've got it here. So if anybody at the radio station wants to get that information again, just contact us and we'll hook you up. Tyrone, I gotta ask you, what motivated you to go into law enforcement?
It's something I've always wanted to do. I think when I was always wanting to serve people. I think early on in my career, there's three things I said I wanted to do when I was kind of in high school. It was law enforcement, military, or funeral service, and I've done all three. I first started off in the funeral service business and worked at a funeral home here in Conyers. And then I went to serve in the United States Navy for a brief stint, about a year or so, injured my knee when I was a hospital corpsman. And then I actually came out and got into law enforcement in 1999 and been there ever since. So it's just a, service to the people and, not only for this country, but in the community that I live in. So I think it was just always a calling of mine all the way back from my high school days.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, we thank you for your service, especially, in these times when a lot of law enforcement officers have taken a lot of heat.
Yeah, absolutely.
How do you respond to that?
I think I've seen this going across social media and the media a lot of times. No one dislikes a bad cop more than a good cop, and so you think you have a lot of bad actors or one bad actor out there who does something not so good for the profession, and we get painted with a broad brush, and all of a sudden it's all law enforcement officers across the nation, and I can rest assured that that's not the case at all. I would just encourage anybody who wants to be in this profession to join. I mean, it's a very good profession. I've been in it for over 20 years. I love it. I love what we do, what we stand for. And, you just can't pay attention to most of the rhetoric that's out there because there are a lot of good police officers out there that do good things in their communities. And, we just need more of them out there to do the good things for the community and keep everybody safe.
Yeah, no doubt. So we're rapidly running out of time. My guest this segment, Tyrone Oliver, the Commissioner of the Georgia Department of Juvenile Justice. Commissioner Oliver, we've got about a minute left. Anything we've not already covered that you want to make sure our listeners know?
Just, we're hiring. I think that was the biggest thing. The biggest takeaway from this is we're hiring, especially in the Rome area. If you're looking for a job, you want a good career with the state and with the Department of Juvenile Justice, please visit us at teams.georgia.gov/careers. Search for jobs at the Department of Juvenile Justice. We have housekeeping jobs. We have correctional officers. We have counselors. We may have some teaching jobs. May not be in the Rome area, but anything that you're looking for, we have counseling, correctional officers. We have paid training, overtime opportunities. The benefits are good, and we just encourage you to come join our team so you can help make a difference in these youth lives around the state of Georgia.
Yes, if you are motivated to make it a difference, get involved, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, I want to thank you so much for your time this morning. It has been a pleasure to speak with you, and I do hope to have you on the program again sometime in the not-too-distant future.
Thank you, Elizabeth, and I'll be glad to come back on.
Yeah, no doubt. Again, Tyrone Oliver, Commissioner of the Georgia Department of Juvenile Justice, my guest this segment.